Welcomes to everybody. My name is Kalai Chelvan, a practicing advocate of Madras High Court. I would like to give a fair criticism on the draft bill of the Advocate Protection Bill 2021 and to make everybody the awareness on that. So, in my opinion, and as well as the practical experience that I have gained in this field, a statute is successful only when it achieves the object for which it is being enacted. See, on that aspect, as far as Advocate Protection Bill 2021 is concerned, its effectiveness lies on the speedy and effective investigation of the state agency. That's the first round. And after completing the investigation, the second rounds of the judiciary role starts. There it needs an effective disposal in time-bounded manner. Unless otherwise these two wings are effectively functioning, or the draft bill or any act is drafted in such a way so that these two agencies, namely the investigation agency and the judiciary, are effectively play its role. So, in such a way it shall be drafted. Otherwise, the effect of achieving the object will be futile. So, on that aspect, I would like to say, as far as investigation agency is concerned, in this bill, it is stated that an officer not below the rank of Deputy Commissioner of Police will investigate the offence relating to this bill. And the time limit, of course, is prescribed, and the bill is 30 days. Suppose if the investigation agency is unable to complete the investigation even after 30 days, then what would be the fate and what would be the remedy? That is not stated in this bill. Therefore, my suggestion is, if the investigation agency shall effectively function, a special investigation wing shall be formed at the district level, in which the investigation officer will be an officer not below the rank of Deputy Superintendent of Police, of course, whose the investigation role shall be directly supervised by the concerned SP of the district, and the overall control review shall be made by the state DGP, that is Director General of Police. Unless otherwise, a special investigation wing is formed at the district level and it is supervised by the district superintendent level and subsequently reviewed by the DGP. And we can't say the agency will be ineffective. Then, if the investigation officer is unable to complete the investigation in time, that is prescribed time of 30 days, he shall get permission in advance before the concerned court with the CD file and other relevant records, and shall satisfy the court that there is a sufficient reason to make an application for extension of the time as far as the investigation is concerned. On receipt of such application from the concerned investigation officer, the court shall scrutinize on the records. On records, the court shall satisfy. If there is sufficient reason for extending time, they can extend. Or otherwise, if the court finds there is slackness or something personal on the investigation officer where the lacking is on his part. The power shall be vested with the court to initiate a suo motu power. The court shall initiate criminal prosecution against the concerned investigation officer. So that power, for that, no sanction is required. That means to initiate such criminal prosecution under this bill or act, the authority who is competent to dismiss or remove the officer who is doing the investigation. So sanction, permission to initiate the prosecution is not required. So that condition should be coupled with this section. So in my suggestion, in completing these provisions and aspects, the investigation agency will function effectively, no doubt in it. Then coming to the role of the concerned court, that's the judiciary, after completing the investigation, the bill prescribes a time limit of 1 year to complete the entire trial and also to conclude the entire proceedings. And proviso tells if further time needs, 6 months time may be taken up. So overall 1.5 years is given as far as the concerned court to conclude the trial. Now the question arises, if the concerned court is unable to complete the trial within the maximum prescribed time of 1.5 years, what could be the fate of the proceedings which is pending before the concerned court? Answer is nil as far as this present draft bill is concerned. So in my opinion, if the court feels further time or needs further time, the concerned court shall submit entire records well in advance to the Chief Justice of the concerned state, that's namely High Court, where the concerned court shall obtain further extension of the time, or any other sitting judge authorized by the Chief Justice of the High Court, to whom the concerned court can approach and get the extension of the time. On receipt of such request from the concerned court, either the Chief Justice of the High Court or other sitting judge authorized by the Chief Justice may scrutinize the records, and the court satisfies that further extension is needed, it can be given. Otherwise, a strict instruction may be passed to conclude the trial in time. They may give the suggestion and instruction to the concerned court, special court also. So that is my opinion. Therefore, the offences in such court cannot be in general court. There shall be a special court on that, which will preside not below the rank of district judge or session judge. So if it is done so, no doubt, the role of the concerned court will be in effective manner. If these two things are in effective manner, no doubt, the object for which the bill is being enacted or trying to be enacted will be achieved. Then one more feature, in my opinion, which is missing is this. In the Advocate Protection Bill 2021, it does not protect the advocate as a whole, only under a special circumstances where they are facing some difficulties while discharging their professional duties and services to the public or to their client, not otherwise. Therefore, this bill is center point, is service oriented, that is professional oriented. That being so, this bill, of course, give a protection to the advocate and also to his family members. No doubt the family members of the advocate will not participate or directly connected with the professional duties. But yet another class of the people, that is staff in the chamber and the registered clerk, these form a group. This group of person directly involved or connected with the profession. Therefore, this class of people shall be protected when your family members of the advocates are being protected. So, this class of the people shall be included in the protection bill. That is my honest opinion. Then coming to the name of the bill is concerned, in my opinion, protection, the word protection, that is the Advocate Protection Bill. Protection may be replaced by some other appropriate words. That is something like safety, or it may be named as Advocate Safety and Protection Bill. Why I am suggesting this word is for two reasons. One is, in the interpretation of the statutes, if you want to find a meaning of the particular word, we can seek the assistance of the normal dictionary, English dictionary. So protection will not include the welfare measure. Safety, which includes protection as well as the safety measure. Safety includes protection as well as the welfare measure. In this bill, social securities for the advocates, young lawyers, is given. There it says the central government and the state government shall frame a rule in unforeseen like epidemic period to provide a minimum of rupees 15,000 to the young lawyer through the concerned court. So that is a welfare measure which is welcome, special feature. So apart from protection, safety is also included. Therefore, protection plus welfare, which will be included in the safety meaning. Then second reason why I am insisting that's a replacement of the word protection with the appropriate word is, protection of course needs for weaker section of the people, like children, women, old-aged people in the society. No doubt our advocates or belongs to or never considered be a weaker section of the society. We are VVIPs and intellectuals, and we are so precious in the society. How can I say, you may ask? So practical in all landmark judgments. The birthplace of the cause is the advocate chamber. So we are the birthplace of every landmark judgment in the judiciary. For instance, at present Article 21 is considered as a crown of the Constitution. The Honorable Supreme Court gives a beautiful new dimension in Article 21 in the Maneka Gandhi case. If an advocate did not bring that issue to the court with no fear against Mrs. Indira Gandhi, as she then was the Honorable Prime Minister of India, such a remarkable and landmark judgment, this judiciary or our fraternity would not have seen it. Therefore, my humble opinion is, every judgment and for every landmark judgment, the birthplace is chamber of the advocate. Therefore, we are so precious in the society. Our service is needed for the development of the society, for the welfare of the society, even I can say for the development of the society, judiciary even. So in such a situation, the advocates are so precious. A precious class of people shall be safeguarded. Need not be protected. We need no protection. We need only safeguard. So even that second aspect also is concerned. The word protection may be replaced either by safety or safety and protection or any other appropriate words as the committee, the draft committee thinks. So this is my opinion on the name of the bill as well as the object of the bill is concerned. So with this, I will complete and close my fair opinion on the draft of the Advocate Protection Bill 2021 with your blessings. Thank you very much. Thank you.